Sam's promotions have consistently made us over $250,000 per month. The worst month working with Sam was $67,000, which is a significant return on the investment in the amount that we pay him. That is a testimonial from a client that I worked with for the best part of 2 years, and that is what I want to talk with you about in this video: how I helped my client generate these results and how I can potentially do the same for you. Hi, I'm Sam. I'm the founder of Freedom in Marketing, and in this video I want to share with you the strategies I've used to generate one particular client several millions of dollars, and at the start of the video where I said that the worst month generated them $67,000 using my system. So let's dive in. A little bit of background on this particular client. I won't go into the details of specifically what industry they're in or any names or anything, because I don't want to, client confidentiality, I don't want to identify them, but that in the area where they are in, they are probably the biggest, if not one of the biggest brands helping this particular target audience. They have a $5,000 certification program to help new people get qualified in order to teach this. And after that offer, they have another offer which helps existing people in their target audience start building scale up an online business where they will make at least $100,000 a year teaching this particular thing and doing what they love. So that's basically the business. That's what they do. This business here, when I was working with them, probably was, well, their target for the year was to hit 10 million US dollars. I'm not sure if they hit it or not, but that's what their target was. So this business did a lot of things right, but they also neglected a lot of areas as well. How did I help them? Well, first of all, they have a sales team who consistently got around 20 to 25% conversion rate. My responsibility was simply to get as many booked calls as possible from existing prospects on their email list, and the sales team would do the rest. So sales that were attributed to me and my contribution were calculated on this metric, that if we assume that 4 book calls lead to 1 sale, if I can generate 40 book calls, that would equal 10 sales. If 1 sale was $5,000, we then calculate how much I made from that. So in order for me to hit $100,000 per month in revenue for this client, I would need to help them make 20 sales. 20 sales at $5,000 per unit is $100,000 in revenue. If we assume a 25% booked call to sale ratio, that would mean I would need to generate 80 book calls in a month in order to generate $100,000 in sales. So how did I do that? Well, 80 book calls, if we were to break that down on a day-to-day basis over the course of a month, that would mean I would need to generate, on average, less than 3 book calls per day in a 30-day month. The way that we did this is we just sent a daily email out to their email list, which had about 30,000 subscribers on at the time. We tried our best to create content that their target audience wanted and responded to in the best possible way. We would ask them what they want, what their challenges are, what their problems are. They would reply. My client's team would put that into a document. I could then study and analyze the email metrics and data to find which topics, which pain points, which desires, which things we spoke about in the emails motivated people to take action. I like to use click-through rate. More importantly, we looked at the topics about which got people to book a call, and then we know what the hot buttons are, especially because we've done this over the period of about 2 years, so we had a lot of data in order to determine what motivates their target audience to take action and to book calls. And then we simply do more of what worked and less of what didn't work. On average, I recall correctly, without looking at the data, on average, we generated 45 book calls per month from email over a 12-month period. Now, you might be saying that 45 book calls is a little bit less than 80, which I said earlier, to make them around 100k a month. And yes, that is correct. So what we actually did was we'd send daily emails over the course of several months. The purpose of the daily emails would be to get attention. It would be to generate interest. It's to show up consistently and frequently over time so people remember you. And then every time their program opened, about a month before, 3 weeks before, we would run a promotion. The promotion would be a live event with the owner, the founder of the business. And what we would do is we would have a week or two of content designed to build excitement and buzz to get people to show up to their live workshop. On the live workshop, we would have the client would then present the perfect webinar version of the offer. At the end, they would make a new offer. You sell the same thing over and over again. You need to make it new, unique. And this is just all with positioning, little value adds and different things, just to make it unique. We add the scarcity and urgency in. We're looking for maybe 10 people to join, 15 people to join, blah, blah, blah. When we reach our capacity for the upcoming certification, you cannot join because we have limited capacity. The deadline to join is by this date. After the live workshop, we send emails and communications out to get people who did not attend live to watch the replay. We also get the client to record a shortened version of the pitch for the offer, and then we have a 5-day open cart sequence in order to get people to then book the calls. And when we do these live promotions, this is typically where we see a spike in the number of book calls themselves, because there is a hard deadline. The hard deadline is something real that, look, you have to join before this date because we need a week to onboard you so you can start by this date. If you miss it, you're not going to be able to join. You're going to have to wait until the next one. There's legitimate scarcity because every time we'd run a promotion like this, we would change the offer, tweak the positioning, different value adds, different things people would get. If any of the stuff in this quarter's promotion, for example, resonates with what you want to do, if you don't join now and you want to wait and join it at some point in the future, you're not going to get this. So it adds legitimate scarcity in there as well. And when you generate all the attention, interest and desire from the daily emails consistently and frequently over several weeks before you have the promotion, you're basically using everything here to get people excited for the live workshop, where they get to attend, they get to learn, they get to ask questions, and that's how we do the promotion. That's basically what I did with them, and this is how I consistently generated for them a substantial amount of money per month. And then, of course, there's other factors in there as well that, yes, I firmly believe that I could have got them even bigger results. But because this was such a large company with lots of moving parts, lots of departments, and I was simply the contractor that came in to manage this one aspect, there were company politics at play. There were, in my view, other people on the team where their performance was being objectively measured by the numbers, may or may not like what I did because it would compete with them, and all of these different issues as well. It was super hard to get buy-in from other team members, and unfortunately as well, this company, they made most of their money by running Google ads to book a call, and this is where they generated most of their money, and this is what they've done for years. My system therefore came in as a supplementary kind of way to generate even more revenue for the client, which meant that their focus was always on the way that they've already done things. And I never got full and total buy-in from the founder as well, which meant that the live events and everything we do was never quite as good as what I would have hoped for. How we could have improved everything here would have been to have had far more personalization from the founder himself. I tried my hardest to get the founder to record videos on a monthly basis, just short videos. I'll tell you what to record. All you gotta do is get your phone out, record them in an hour and a half. We can then use them in your email, social media, all of these different platforms. Didn't want to do it. The lack of personalization, the lack of all of these different aspects as well made it hard for me to get these results, which means I actually think I could have got even better ones. I also need to mention as well that obviously this particular client had a $5,000 offer that they got 50 to 60 people in every time it opened, which was every 2 months. They had 30,000 plus people on their email list. The people on their email list, most of them came after going through a sales funnel that specifically said, do you want to become our target audience? They had a sales team in place, all of these different factors, and they had the revenue as well if their targets were to hit 10 million by the end of the year. Obviously, the reason why I could generate such amazing results is because of the client's situation and where the client actually was. If I have a client in a smaller business whose target is to hit 1 million a year and has only 1/10 of the assets that this client actually had, obviously you can only expect to get 1/10 of the result. So I have to throw that out there because I'm not any kind of marketing genius or anything. It's just I simply use proven strategies that have been used to market and sell for a long time and apply them to different businesses. But it's actually the business and the founder and what they already have in their business, the moving parts, everything they have, which make it possible for me to get these big results. Okay, I hope you found this extremely valuable. I hope you can go away and apply the concept in your business. The concept is you want to communicate with your target audience consistently and frequently over time, and then run a promotion at the end every quarter, however it is that you want, where you generate a lot of interest, a lot of excitement, you get people into a live event, as much communication and as engagement as possible. All of this here builds the likability factor. People will trust you, it builds authority, credibility, super important in a skeptical market, and this just makes it easy for you to make the sales afterwards. Okay, if you'd like to know more about how I can potentially get results like I've described in this video for you and your business, you'll find details in the description below. That's all I've got for you. Make it a great day. See you in the next video.